Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast. As every broadcaster knows, the introductory chat to any radio programme is vital. In those few vital minutes, the listeners will decide whether to stay with the programme or not. But here, why don't you decide? Claire had a baby boy 2 days after she phoned the show, so that was happy news. I suggested that she call the baby Christy or Jerry, but she went for Misha instead.
It doesn't sound right to me, Ken.
Excuse me?
Sorry, we're discussing your apparently you have a wrong setting on your microphone.
Well, it's been like that for this last 2 years.
And Ken says it sounds all right to him.
I know, but it has always sounded all right to him, but everybody else listening can't hear me.
Right.
There's something wrong with that. The wrong setting on the microphone? Was this never discovered?
No, it just sounds... what's your headphones like?
It always sounds bad.
Janet's okay, she says. Her headphones are fine and I'm...
I know. But see, it's all
anyway, we'll
wrong.
not dwell on that.
Let's not dwell on that.
No.
Because I was thinking the other day, particularly today, there's a lot of talk in the political avenue about the successor, I should say, to the Unionist Party leadership. And I was thinking, do you remember the good old days? Whatever happened to the D'Hunt mechanism?
That's right.
Did anybody ever trigger it? No, seriously.
That's right.
Remember the things we used to concern ourselves about? And do you remember we used to talk about jumping without a parachute?
That's right.
Did anybody ever do it?
That's
Did
right.
they? What happened to bilaterals and trilaterals? What happened to those? No one left, eh? Great consternation in the ranks about sweeping political changes in the political parties that, if the truth be told, mean nothing at all. But then again, things that mean nothing at all have always been the bread and butter of the media in Northern Ireland, and I am no exception. Fudge!
Ach, he didn't fudge.
He did fudge.
Peter Robinson.
Yes, but he never
Peter
called
Robinson never said fudge.
He did say...
He did not.
No, he didn't say fudge, he said fudge.
No, Peter Robinson did. It wasn't Peter
Fudge.
Robinson.
It was Peter Robinson.
It wasn't.
He said it's nothing but a
I
fudge.
thought it was a word.
He said it's nothing but a fudge.
No, he never.
He did. He talked
did
about
not.
He talked about fudge for nearly 2 years.
Well, what's
and then suddenly he stopped.
What's your man's word?
Whose word?
Your man.
That's the man I'm talking about.
No, your other man.
What other man?
Your man.
What man? The man with the power.
The man with the word.
What power? The power of who do? You do what?
No, your man.
I just told you what the man is.
Right.
Peter Robinson, the word is fudge.
You have a man, and he uses a word, and I heard him use it on over last.
Sean Rafferty.
No, last weekend.
Last weekend.
Well, no. Do you want the man? I can either give you the man, and then you work out the word, or I can give you the word, and you work out the man. Which way do you want it?
Give me the man. Show me the man, and I'll show you the word.
I wanted to give you the word.
Give me the man.
Do you want the man?
Give me the man. Give me that man now.
And you give me the word.
I'll give you the word. As soon as I hear that man's name, I'll know the word.
I bet you don't.
Bet you I do.
Okay.
Give me the man.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. The man is Tom Elliott.
That's totally right.
Give me the word.
Scumbag.
No. No. No.
That's the one that destroyed
No.
him.
No.
The word.
Yeah.
I'm an honest man.
No, it's not an honest man. What do we get him?
I'm an honest man.
I have to resign for
Personal reasons.
not personal. No.
Integrity.
Well, it's not. No, I wouldn't say.
What's
it,
the
wouldn't
word? I don't know the word. The
Right.
word is not well known enough.
It is. It's a very well-known word.
What's the word there?
The word is obvious.
Obvious?
Obvious. Well, it's obvious to all concerned. Why I had to go.
James.
See, it's
But that's no word at all.
But he says it all the time.
But
When,
everybody
when
says
you say
obvious.
when you say obvious,
all the time. Obvious. It's obvious. I'm obviously using this word.
It's obvious.
It's obvious. He says obvious.
But he won't say anything about anybody. He'll just
This
say it's
is
obvious.
obvious.
In other words,
It's
you
obvious.
should know.
Yes, it's
well,
obvious.
what is obvious? Okay, I'm
Obvious.
interviewing you. Right, you're a good politician. You don't want to tell me nothing. This is the job of journalists. This is why I'd never be a journalist. What's obvious, Tom?
Well, it's obvious why I have to go.
But why do you have to go, Tom?
Well, sure, it's obvious. Sure, everyone's telling you why I have to go. I had to resign. It's
But what are they
obvious.
telling me? They're not telling me anything. What are they telling me? What do you think? What is obvious, Tom?
Well, it became obvious to me that they didn't want me. So obviously,
that's not the way you would say want.
Well, I'll say
Won't.
well, it's obvious they didn't want me.
Well,
Give me
how
one
do you
again.
know who didn't want you?
Well, it's it's obvious. It's in the papers.
I know, but it's only journalists write things in the papers, people like me.
Yeah,
And if I
well,
don't
but
know that,
people write it,
who are the
they-
names of the people who didn't want you?
Well, obviously, you know the people in question.
But I don't know who they are. You the one.
Well, I mean, it's obvious you're the only one that doesn't know.
But why
They
don't you
all know
tell me and
planets
let me not be the only one who doesn't know? Let me one of the people who knows.
I
Tell
think
me.
it's as obvious as the nose on your face.
Well,
So-
keep my personal things out of this. The presenter has long loathed radio programmes which encourage listeners to send in funny stories about things their children have said or what I once heard described as amusing workplace anecdotes. The presenter has to reluctantly concede that even Radio 2 has descended to this.
I'm beginning to come around to your way of thinking.
Which is what?
About John Humphreys. Not
Oh.
very, isn't he?
Oh, he's very, very
Isn't it?
strict, very strict.
Yeah.
He's like a fella that had you slap in the back if you said a word wrong. But he never used to be like that. I knew John Humphreys, you know.
Did you?
I met him a number of times. I liked him. I quite liked him. But I notice he's hardening.
Yeah, I noticed.
And I know why. And I can't tell you why. But I do know why.
All right.
I know something has happened to him that has changed him. And I know exactly what it is because I know about this. But I can't tell you what
tapping
it
at
is.
the window.
I heard that tap. I thought it was a woodpecker. Anyway, I heard a phone-in on Radio 2 about daft questions and tricks played by employers at job interviews. You see, this is the type of thing that they talk about on Radio 2. There was a thing on the other night, and Terry Christian, do you know Terry Christian, the fellow who used to be on the Tube?
Yes.
Is it Terry Christian? Is that his name?
Don't know.
And he said a thing which I have been wanting people to say for years. People were saying there was this program about light entertainment and about radio and TV, and all the people who'd been on radio went on television and stuff like that. You know, like Chris Evans and people like that. And
Chris Evans, I can't take to.
well, do you know what he said about Chris Evans? He said this. Everybody was saying how Chris Evans was a genius and all. I'm sitting there going, a genius? I don't think so. And Terry Christian said, anyone who thinks that Chris Evans is a genius must realise that there's something very wrong with the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of these ploys, that's the type of things they do in radio too. They ask questions
I tried
about...
to listen to him the other morning.
Can you imagine me and you ringing up and saying, imagine us doing this today. Here, listen, people out there listening. If you've ever played any tricks on your employer, or has any employer ever played some trick on you during an interview, please ring and tell us about it. Can you imagine us doing that? One of these ploys was to ask the person who's been interviewed, this is what employers do, if they ask them if they take sugar in their coffee, and then they put sugar in, or not, as the case may be.
What?
To see if they remarked on having sugar or no sugar in their coffee. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
No, what happens
Right,
is...
I'm
okay,
applying for a job.
okay,
Right,
Okay.
and I'm in the office with you.
yeah.
And you're interviewing me.
Yeah.
And then you would say to me, Mr. Coy, would you like some sugar in your coffee? Oh, actually, I don't drink coffee. Could you make a tea?
No, I'm sorry, it has to be coffee.
No, I said I don't like coffee. What
Okay,
would
but
I
then-
do in a situation
Okay,
like that?
this is what I do. This is what I do.
Is that a bad mark against you if you don't
this
like
is,
coffee?
No, but here's what... No, this is what... You're missing this.
Right.
I'm an employer. Would you
Yes.
like some coffee?
No, thanks.
You have to say yes.
No, I
else-
couldn't drink it.
I know, but
I would
pretend.
be sick.
No, pretend. I can't do this if you don't want the coffee. Can you pretend you're eating coffee?
Have I to pretend?
Yeah.
No, but am I pretending in here?
Yeah.
Or do you understand? Am I pretending for this
This is for the radio, yeah.
for the radio?
Yeah.
So I'm not. You're not really going to give me a cup of coffee.
No, because I don't have any coffee
No,
here.
but I'm not, I don't have to drink this.
No, you don't.
I don't. But even during this interview, I don't have to pretend to drink it.
No.
because I cannot even smell
No,
coffee.
that's okay.
I'd be sick.
That's okay. Would you like some coffee?
Yes, please.
Do you take sugar?
No, thanks.
Right.
Do you know what I do then, though?
No.
I put the sugar in.
See, I'm not drinking it.
No, but the point is, I say, do you want some coffee?
Yes.
And you say yes.
Yes.
And I say, do you take sugar? And
And
you say no.
No. Yes.
And then I put 2 spoonfuls of sugar in the coffee and I gave it to you.
All right.
And the trick is, what will you say?
Yeah. Why don't you give me tea?
Filthy words inserted into the lyrics of popular songs have no place on the Radio Ulster schedules. This is why the presenter keeps them to himself, despite wanting desperately to blurt them out.
Michael in Warren Point would like to hear Raymond Froggatt singing a song called
They're not going to hear Raymond Froggatt in this programme. You're
Why
always
not?
playing him. You're always playing him in your programme.
Dreaming of You.
I know, but you always play. You love Raymond Froggatt.
I
You're
do.
always playing him, and I don't believe that that's a request at all. I think you've made that up
It's
yourself.
Janet's writing. There it is there, Janet. Janet.
The two of you are in it together.
And there's a couple celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. It's John and Violet. They have no surname, but they live in Carrickfergus. Any chance you could play Yellow Bird? As
No.
this was their first dance. They danced that song.
I'll
Yellow
sing it.
Bird high up in the land.
Yellow bird, my high up banana tree. Yellow bird, You sit all alone like me. Does your lady fair?
We don't want your version. We know your version.
I know that version,
Yes.
yeah. I have a great version.
Do you want it?
I have some great songs,
I know you
alternative
have.
versions
I know
of
you have.
I Left My Heart in San Francisco. That's my favourite. And the other one is Put Your Sweet Lips.
I know. I've heard you sing that. There's a call for you.
I also do Yellowbird. Does your lady... Anyway.
I know another one. You
I
do.
know another one.
Yes.
Banana...
No, it starts with...
what's that banana song? What's that? Harry Belafonte.
Come,
Dale.
Mr. Tiny.
Daylight come when I want to go home. You work on the banana boat
Don't.
all day long. Hey, daylight come and... I have some interesting verses to that.
There's another one, but I'm not going to give that. I'm just going to give you two words of the title.
What?
Excuse me.
I think I've got it.
Hey.
Heartache? That's it.
Right.
Excuse me. I think I've got it. Local history is important to local people, but becomes a problem when the local people don't know anything about the place in which they live. Listen as they try to drown out a font of knowledge and reason as the presenter casts his pearl before selected swine. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And you were up with your wife, were you, on your own, or were you with somebody? With your wife?
No, there was four of us.
Oh, four of you. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Now, I said to Leonard, you know, that they're kicking up everything here in Belfast for the Titanic quarter
Yes,
of a ship that sunk. You know, it was built here in Belfast.
I know.
And I said, like, there's no history in Belfast, and they're creating this Titanic quarter
Yeah,
for to bring tourists.
yeah.
And I just listened to going around that train and around about Derry.
Uh-huh.
There's more history in one street of Derry than there is in the whole of Belfast.
That's true to me. So Derry was a city when Belfast was a swamp.
Yeah.
Oh, big hole, big dig hole.
That's not a hole.
Oh.
Well, okay, let's see how much you know. When was Belfast?
I don't know. I'm not getting involved. I'm sure the people of Belfast will be angry.
How
at
long
you.
has there been a settlement here? How
We're
long?
not-
Okay,
we're
there's
not
no
getting-
only big arse.
No,
how,
no,
how
here,
long?
no.
Big,
No.
big
Gary,
jeery boy.
You'll get the people of Belfast
No,
complaining.
big
and we're
jeer
putting
the
them on.
the two of you, big jeer the presenter.
No,
Like, I'll ask you a couple of
no.
simple questions.
No, you're not going to ask us
Because you don't know the
anything.
answers.
Yeah, we're not going to. You're not.
Okay.
Going to, you're in the hole and you can stay in it.
I am not in a hole
Yes,
because
you
I made
are.
a simple statement of fact. That Derry was a settlement when Belfast was a swamp. When was the first people lived here? When was the first settlement here? Come on. Now you know. All right, smart arse. Come on, tell me, what was the first settlement
Not
here?
pointing at us now. Look
What
at
year?
Look at Governor Walker
What year?
pointing at us.
Governor Walker was blown up. You don't know, you see. You defend
We
yourself.
know ye.
Go on, tell me. I'm not leaving until you make a guess at this.
And we don't care. We
No,
don't
no,
care
it's
what
not you don't
do.
care. You don't know.
Hello.
What year was
Hello?
the... Keep out of this.
Hello?
What was the first settlement in Derry, Londonderry? Come on. When? When was the first settlement? Come on, the two of you, smart arses. Come on. Go on. The year? Just make a guess. Hello? Is the microphone working? Thank you for listening. Bacamara. How are things? I'm Bacamara.